Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we are back on the FVL Esports stream. Your fellow WIHSEA commentator, Andrew Sr. still here. I'm going to be swapping over to the main stage at the conclusion of the third place game for Division 3 for the inevitable Division 3 championship match. But for right now, we have a huge Division 2 semifinal match occurring. Number 5, Freedom Fighting Irish taking on number 1, Racine Park Panthers. An absolute banger is about to unfold in this Division 2 upper bracket semi. So for Freedom Division 2 Group A, their players consist of Marcos Nebi, their captain, who is a Silver 2, Acuna, Ethan, who is a Platinum 3, Mondo Gold 1, Joseph Logic, who is a Gold 1, and then Copper Short Sword, which is a Platinum 2. Regular season statistics and playoff statistics for spring 2023 for Freedom. They were 8-0 overall, 104-13 round differential. First seed in the Division 3 playoffs. For playoffs, they defeated Phillips 13-0 in the first round, defeated Nakusa 13-1 in the quarterfinals, and then in the semis, they lost to Williams Bay in what was one of the greatest Valorant series I've ever casted. This was back almost a year ago, spring 2023 Valorant State at Carthage College. They lost to Williams Bay 2-1. I believe one of those games it went to like quadruple overtime, and somehow, some way, Freedom was able to come back and win that one. But ultimately, Williams Bay was just a better team in that instant, and that's why Williams Bay was able to knock off Freedom. But Freedom has been deep in the playoffs before. Spring 2024 regular season stats for the Fighting Irish: 6-0 overall, 78-16 round differential. This time they are the 5th seed after moving from Division 3 up to Division 2. They've defeated teams such as Edgewood, Grafton, Wilmot, Baraboo, St. Croix, and Wisconsin Lutheran. For playoffs, they have defeated number 12 seed Jefferson 13-2, and they dominated number 4 seed New Berlin Eisenhower 13-1 in the quarterfinal. And then the record against below 500 teams is 5-0, and then above 500 is 3-0. So Freedom has played mostly inferior competition, but they have seen some success at the superior level. Most importantly, that number 4 seed New Berlin win. That's huge for them, and they are confident. I talked to Nebu before this matchup. They are ready to go. They're ready to shock the world with an upset against the Park Panthers, who were in the Division 1 final last season against Oak Creek. And their players consist of Harper Meemau, their captain, a Gold 1, Casey Jocelyn, a Diamond 1, who will be playing under the username Plaid in-game. Charles Questions, a new player, an Immortal 1, so he's going to be one to look out for. Sam Ratific and Shameful, Iron 2. Stats for Park last season for regular season: 8-0 overall, 104-29 round differential, 1st seed in Division 1. For playoffs last year, they defeated Greenfield via forfeit in the first round, defeated Waukesha South 13-11 in the quarterfinals, defeated Horlick in the semifinals, and lost to Oak Creek in the grand finals for spring 2023 Valorant 2-0. Got a best of 3 so far this season. Park has maintained dominance, 6-0 overall, 78-11 round differential. They've defeated teams such as Monroe, St. Croix, Edgewood, Wisconsin Lutheran, Grafton, and Reedsburg. In the playoffs this year, they defeated number 16 Union Grove 13-0, and then in the quarterfinal, they had a close bout against number 9 seed Wilmot, which they gutted out 13-11. So both of these teams have played some competitive matchups thus far this season. For Park's side of things, they have played more competitively on the playoff side, but for Freedom, they have that experience from the regular season. And I will have to switch over these teams again to avoid confusion. I did not see the comment last time in the chat as far as which team is what team, but to clarify, at least for this game, it will be, or at least this half of the game, Park will be on the teal side and Freedom will be on the red side. So we are about to get things underway. I'm just going to fix this overlay again, just to make sure things are looking somewhat decent. Obviously not going to be perfect, but there we go. We are about to get set for round 1 of this best of 3 Division 2 upper bracket semi. And away away we go momentarily. Mimao is going to be playing as KO. We're going to see Questions as Jets. We're going to see Renshiro playing as Sova. Ratific playing as Omen. And then Cypher being played as well. That would be by Appalled. Looks like Freedom trying to do the attacking push. Akuna's going to get one. Renshiro's going to get one. Akuna is going to get two. But the pistol gets three. Freedom already heating up. Logic's going to be planting. One enemy remaining for Park. That's going to be Ratific. He's going to get one. He's going to pick up the Ghost. Gets two. Let's see how dicey Park wants to get in this situation. It's a 1v2. It is winnable. Oh, but Ratific does not check his flank. The Cyber Cage being placed down by Copper Shortsword. And that's not going to help Ratific at all here in this opening round. Might just have to stall out at this point. Ratific trying to push the spike. Going for a fake defuse, but not able to do much. Logic with the closing pick, and Freedom gets the round one win immediately. Kuna having a big impact on that round one, getting a 3K in that sense, which was huge to catapult Freedom for a little bit of momentum starting this game here. It's only round one, a lot of Valorant left to be played, so Park is just getting their feet wet. They're testing the waters of Freedom. They've never played against Freedom, I don't think ever, so this is a first time matchup on the FBL Esports and WIHSEA stream. This will be exciting. Kuna using the blast pack to gain some leverage on ramps. Doesn't check his flank though. Renshiro gets the pick. Copper Shortsword there for a quick refrag. It's a 4v4. Questions gets headshotted by Copper Shortsword, his second of this round. It's a 4v3 situation. Copper Shortsword swinging around the backside, gets three. And he's going to have free reign of A-site to plant here. Paul trying to go up on the zip line, not able to get Mando, wasn't falling for it. Haven't heard Nebby's name yet. Now we hear it. There he is, the captain for Freedom, cleaning it up for the Fighting Irish, and they're up 2 early in this one. We've seen before teams like Walden being down 2-0 in games. It's very, very easy to possibly come back here, but it also is very, very easy to just get overwhelmed by the team leading. So we'll see how the cookie crumbles here for Park, as they've had deep playoff experience before, so hopefully the state championship appearance from last year really gives them that experience. Also, they lost a couple of their key players from last year as well, so time will tell to see what they can do with their new players. As Freedom is looking to rotate in the lobby. Copper Shortsword watching ramps. He might come into contact with Mimao. He's not watching his flank. Mimao is going to get a free kill. Appalled. He's going to get a free kill as well. It's a 4v3. He's going to get blinded. Logic has a concussion. Does not hit his target. Ratific gets the pick. Mimao gets another pick. He gets a 3K. And Park finally wins their first round in quick fashion here. Entering round number 4. Solid defensive round from the side of Park.
This is a nice spot.
We see Cypher already trying to place the tripwires down in preparation on the defense. That's what makes the character like Cypher so valuable in this game. You can block out multiple lines of sight with those tripwires, and he also has a spy cam that he uses to track where the enemies are. So definitely a very excellent agent to have on your team. Nebby looking to peek from ramps. Questions is eyeing that angle as well. Peeking away from it. Ratific gets one. So does Questions. Kuna is going to get Questions, though, for the refrag. 3v3 situation. Renshiro's location is going to be revealed. Oh, he's not able to do much of anything. Akuna is going to get the pick. Mondo down to 16 HP here. It's a 3v2 situation, though. Paul's looking to rotate. Copper not watching his flank. It's a 1v1 situation. And Cypher, otherwise known as Paul, is going to win that one for Park, and it's tied at 2. Phenomenal game sense there from the man playing as Cypher himself. Having top tier awareness in this game goes a long way for sure. That's one great quality that Park has as a team, is their adaptability and really their fortitude to just keep going no matter what. Spy cam is going to be launched near the warehouse. Is going to get smoked off, so Cypher will not be able to see anything. Ratific and Logic get on the board. Questions as well with an op. It's a 4v3 situation. Nebby in tower. Picks up a Bulldog. Gonna peek the corner. Gets one. Oh, it does not get Mimo, though. Logic with a 3k 1v1 situation again. Can Paul win another clutch? That's gonna be the question. Logic going away to A site. Paul has to pick up on that signal from his team. Logic has rotated all the way over to A site. Logic is going to be planting.
Spike planted.
Paul now knows where the spike is. Logic just has to hold this out, though. Has to have great trigger discipline here. Paul peeks the corner, and he's going to win the gunfight, and he's going to get the defuse. What a clutch from the side of Park. And these are the rounds that are going to add up at the end of the day to determine who's actually going to win this series and have the best chance at it. These clutches only happen ever so often. Sometimes you just see flawless rounds from one team from another, like we saw with Little Wolf to Walden. But other rounds are methodical. You know, these 1v1s that occur from just basic 3v3s just pop up every now and then. The awareness from Park and their players to just know what to do in every single situation is what sets them apart. That's why they're the top seed in Division 2 for Valorant. As they are hungry for a championship, Coach Witt has coached this team up exceptionally well. They fell just short in spring 2023 against Oak Creek, so they do not want to fall short yet again, and they want to establish their dominance. They want to get a championship for Park, and it would be Park's first. Questions holding an angle in tower. We see Nebby attempting to try and peek this one. Not sure if that's wise. Questions now still sitting there. Meanwhile, the spike is being carried into the middle line of sight. Ratific's going to be watching the mid mall. Players are going to be split up. Nebby and the Kuna right next to each other. See Mimo transitioning to the ramps. Maybe try and cut off a potential push. Renshiro's going to get Nebby. Mimo hears footsteps. Enemies are revealed. Sees Mondo. Oh. Whiffs on the shots, but he gets both anyway. What? Incredible. Great trigger discipline. Great recoil control. Not panicking at the point of attack after missing those easy shots prior. He gets the 2 kills, and that's very, very important and crucial here for Park. As time's ticking down here. In Freedom not able to do much of anything as Renshiro, a sitting duck on the spike. Time is going to expire, and Park is going to win round 6. Masterfully done by the Panthers. We're on to round number 7. In these last couple rounds, Park has been able to break away as they're able to depict where Freedom wants to go with the bomb, and they're able to get their flanks in line and control the perimeter of the sites as well. So we'll see where Freedom aims to go here. It looks like a B-site push into the garage. This is Radific. He's gonna get concussed. Might be an opening, potentially. Showstopper online for Akuna. Oh, he's not able to get it off. Questions sniping him at the op. Now he has the Blade Storm. Freedom has to watch out. Questions gets 1. Does not get 2 somehow. I'm not sure how that didn't hit. Nebby gets 1 with the Vandal. Copper Short Sword. Wallbangs Radific. Copper Short Sword cannot get appalled. Nebby, the last member in a 1v3 situation. Oh, he's not able to clutch it up, and appalled with the 3K. Park jump out to a 3-round lead in this first game. What we're seeing is just fluent gameplay from the Panthers here on the defending side, defending the bomb sites well, even when things go in a heap, even when a player from Freedom rotates to the other bomb site, they're able to clutch up the 1v1, the 1v2s, if you will. That's been the difference of this matchup thus far, is Park's ability to clutch when needed, and Freedom just falling short at every opportunity they've been getting. Radific playing just outside of the B site. He's going to see Logic. Not going to be able to hit those shots. Copper Short Sword is going to get Mimo in the meantime. And here comes the A site push. Renshiro's location is going to be revealed. Freedom going to set up shop directly in A site. No member of Park in the vicinity. And Mondo's going to have free reign to plant this spike down, and he does. Nebby watching tower with the Sheriff. Gets 1. Questions jumping up high in the air. Baits out Nebby, and Renshiro gets the easy pick. Questions flanking around. Not sure if Logic knows. He does know. Appalled gets 2. It's a 3v2 situation in favor of Park. Oh! Question's going to be blinded. Appalled. Narrowing it down to just Copper Short Sword. 1. Oh, Renshiro's gonna get the pick. Can he get the can he get the defuse off? It's gonna be close. He's got it, and Park gonna win round 8. What a close one! And just like I said before, Park's ability to just clutch up when necessary is gonna take them so far in this series, and we're seeing that right in front of our eyes. Just an absolutely incredible showing from the Park Panthers, showing why they are one of the most dominant Division II teams. And the winner of this one is either going to take on Seymour Thunder or Fox Valley Lutheran. And I would assume that's going to be located on this Fox Valley Esports stream as well, but nothing has been confirmed yet. Let's get through this matchup first. Kuno's going to be holding the spike. Trailblazer launched by Mondo. Questions flanking. It's Logic. Jolts away the Immortal One. Scouting out his flanks. Oh, he's not able to get Mondo though. And all the dominoes falling for Park. In a matter of seconds. 0 points being activated. Suppresses 2 members of Freedom. Meanwhile, in a 1v4 situation, 40 seconds left. Akuna is going to be planting over in the B site.
Spike planted.
Neb's going to try to cut him off from tower. Meanwhile, does not check his flank. Quickly enough, Copper short sword, easy pick. Freedom wins round 9.
I will fulfill my purpose.
Into round number 10 here. We see the econ is great on the side of Freedom, on the side of Park, still great as well. Richio saving up most of his econ. Appalled the top fragger for Park, 10, 4, and 3, and Copper short sword 9, 6, and 2. Just before the half of game 1. Copper short sword gonna take a trip down to A main. Dark Cloud spawns as Ratific. It's near A site. Questions opting to go with a Vandal instead of an Op again. Questions might have an opportunity to get a couple picks here. Plays ramps, does not get a single pick. Nebi, well scouted. Renshiro gets blocked off by the Cyber Cage. Kuna takes out Ratific. Plant's gonna go down from Copper short sword.
Spike planted.
Renshiro in screens. Appalled. If he checks his flank, he could get Nebi. And he does! Not sure what Nebi was doing there. Kind of a little bit of a teabag there. Gets wallbanged in the process. Copper short sword gets Renshiro. Meanwhile, he's gonna get one. Can't get Akuna though. And the last remaining member is knocked down as Mondo finishes it off for Freedom, and they win round 10, their second consecutive round claimed. Fighting Irish living up to their name within 2 rounds of tying this game 1 at 6. That would be beneficial for Freedom entering the half. But Park does have breathing room thanks to their early surge. There's going to be Ingarage. Just going to see Meemaw right away. Akuna with the instant refrag. It's freaky fast like Jimmy John's. Nebi with the spike. Questions with the DMR pick onto Copper short sword. All 3 members congregating at mid-bottom. Question's gonna push up. He's just gonna sit in the tower. Great spot for him. Kuna and Questions are almost about to engage with one another. Nebi is gonna be planting meanwhile on A site. No one from Park over there. Renshiro is playing screens. The recon drone is out. Nebi shoots it. Akuna's gonna get Ratific. 3v3 situation. Questions. Gets Mondo. Let's see if Akuna is gonna peek. Questions. Does not check his flank. Oh, it gets him anyway. 3K. Nebi the last one. Oh, he cannot hold it off. And Park is gonna win round 11. Wow. Round 11 win. Last round in the half for Park Freedom game 1. Park in great shape. There is still a lot of Valorant to be played. Freedom's main issue is just being able to converge with one another, communicate, to establish some crosses perhaps in order to dilute the chances of Park being able to get to the spike or even just lower the man count in their favor, as Freedom is able to get the plants down. They just cannot hold it. And in the clutch situations, we've seen that Park has dominated in that category. About 3 rounds, I would say, have gone just because of Park's ability to clutch in critical moments. Showstopper is going to be online for Acuna. Gets gunned down right away by Questions, who gets 2 right away. Logic and Nebby get on the board as well. 3v3 situation. Logic with the Odin in position. Redific trying to wallbang, gets it. Mimau gets on the board as well. Mondo, the last one standing, and Renshiro finishes it off for Park, and they win round 12, 8-4 at the half.
Switching sides.
Park is looking as great as ever before. I mean, wow. Completely dialed in on the defensive side. Great half from them. Can't get any better than that, and they're on the attacking side now, so they will be on the red side while Freedom will move over to the teal side, for those of you who are wondering who is on what team. Sitting in mid-vent. They have Acuna suppressed. Mimau is going to flash Acuna. Oh, and Mimau is going to win the exchange. Radific's going to be planting.
Spike planted.
Park has A site all to themselves. Logic 13 HP, gonna swing around the screens. Nebby's right behind him.
Right there.
Freedom's gonna have to think of something fast here. They're gonna go through the Omen smoke, into back.
Shadows traveling.
Nebby's gonna be suppressed. Gets Mimau. It's a huge pick. Nebby gets another. Oh, but Renshiro finishes it off before Nebby can even breathe on the spike. And it's 9-4 in favor of Park. Panthers just need 4 rounds in order to claim the victory for Game 1 of this best-of-3 series for the Division 2 upper bracket semi. And if you're just tuning in, this is the Spring 2024 WIHSEA Valorant and League of Legends State Championship. This is the Fox Valley Esports stream. We currently have number 5 seed Freedom taking on number 1 seed Park. Freedom is up 9, or sorry, Park is up 9 and Freedom has 4. So you have not missed any single games. This is Game 1. We're nearing possibly the end of this one, but don't want to speak too soon. 2 very competitive teams. It's just that Park has had the upper hand throughout most of this match. Radific going to be planting.
Spike planted.
Now Park waits to strike. Mimau trying to get 2 at the Spectre. Only gets 1. Renshiro gets Mondo. Nebby. Refrag on the Renshiro. 3v3. Radific wallbangs Acuna.
Last player standing.
It's the last player standing. Copper short sword. 7 HP. Not going to serve him well whatsoever. And it's a 10th round win for the Panthers. They're just running roughshot all over the Fighting Irish. It's a 6-round lead. Only 3 to go in order to be up in the series. Park has definitely come to play for sure. They were upset by Oak Creek after we went about 12 hours at Carthage College due to technical difficulties, and man, they are so happy to not be playing in a Valorant match at night around 8-9 p.m. I don't remember exactly what the time of their Horlick and Park match was, the semifinal for Division 1 last season, but it was late, and these players are more energized out. It's early afternoon, so they are on all cylinders right now. They're ready for this championship push. Speaking of pushing, Mimao and Mid-Mall finding Copper Short Sword, blinding, or I'm sorry,
Spike down mid.
suppressing him. Copper Short Sword is going to get 1 or 2. It's already going to be in favor of Freedom. Could be a flawless round incoming. Renshiro, last member left in mid-mart. Spike is away from him. Copper Short Sword finishing it off. 3K flawless round, and all of a sudden Freedom has come alive. There is still a pulse beating in the heart of Freedom. Poised to possibly make a run to tie this thing back up, but they're going to have to do a lot. They're going to have to prevent Park from getting into the site, planting the spike, and getting their site set up.
Track them down.
Freedom is just going to have to be aggressive at the point of the attack when they can be. And they'll have to be conservative at other times. Park is looking to go near B site. Mondo's going to be smoked off. Trailblazer is going to be destroyed. And Mondo stuck in a pickle in mid-vent. Now the B site, Nebby watching that one. Oh, not able to hit his shots. Questions getting into the B site. Right behind him is Ratific. Ratific wisely teleporting over to the A site. That is what makes Omen the X factor in some of these matches. We've seen it before, done in the Little Wolf and Walden match, and we see it again here. Ratific. Akuna's gonna get a wallbang on the Mimao. It's a 3v3 situation. Copper Short Sword getting Renshiro. Ratific's location is gonna be revealed. Logic looking to swing him. It's going to be a dangerous situation. Copper Short Sword, little cipher on cipher crime there. Akuna gets Ratific, and Freedom is going to take another round, inching closer to tying this game 1 up as they win round 16.
Just swapping in the fusion cells.
Okay, my arms are good. We can go.
Entering round 17, we see Park get a little cold here. But they do have that real estate from winning the earlier round, so they can afford to lose maybe a round or 2 here, but then just get the momentum right back in their favor. You cannot lose the momentum in games like Valorant, especially when you're up this big. Although marginally speaking, it's not really too big at this point, but at one point, Park was up 6 rounds. He's going to be playing back in the B site.
Shadows traveling.
Traveler's Shadow. Still watching B site, pulls out the knife. And there's a 0 point. It's going to get shot by Nebby. Great awareness. To prevent being suppressed, gets 1. That'll be Mimao and Ratific with the Omen on Omen crime. Taking out Nebby. It's a 4v4 situation. Park's gonna have to, or Freedom's gonna have to rush back to the B site.
I know exactly where you are.
And the ping from Appalled reveals the location of about 2 members of Freedom. Spike is gonna be planted for Park. All I have to do is just hold out at this point. Copper Short Sword gonna push up onto Renshiro. Is gonna get the pick. Kuna's gonna get one. Oh, and Appalled cannot finish it out for Park, and all of a sudden, Freedom shifting the tide here as they've won 3 straight, and they're within 3 from tying it up. Just an absolutely great showing from both of these teams. We all want competitive Valorant at the end of the day, and that's what we're getting, despite the score for most of this match. Park has been the better team, but Freedom is just not giving up yet. As previously mentioned, both of these teams have been in high-stake competition before here at WIHSEA State, so they have the experience from last year. We just need to see which team is going to catapult themselves all the way to the top once again. Trust me, I wish both of these teams could have just made it without playing each other, and this could have been the final. Would not complain whatsoever. Questions gets Nebi immediately. He's going to go for a spike plant. A rush plant. Ratific gets Copper Short Sword. Freedom all out of sorts. Mondo does not see Appalled coming from behind. Akuna does though. And it leaves Logic, the last member of Freedom. Does not check the flank. Questions gets the pick, and Park within 2 rounds of a winning game number 1. On to round 19, we see that Appalled still the top fragger for Park, and then Akuna still coming in as barely the top frag for Freedom, so a little even in the top fragging department for each team, except the score is a little bit altered in the favor of Park, and that's because, again, their ability to clutch up in certain situations, that is what this gap has provided. It's why it's there, and if Freedom wants to control this gap and minimize it, they're going to have to play better on the defending side here. Copper Short Sword going to get some locations revealed here. It's not going to amount to any picks. Meanwhile, with the grenade, Ratific's going to be hard planting again in B site. Questions. He's going to get 1. Showstopper activated for Akuna, gets 2. Does not get 3, but gets 2 with the Showstopper. Meanwhile, though, gets 3 of his own. Meanwhile, trying to pull out the flashbang, but Mondo with the kill with the Vandal. Wow. That is going to be a round win for Freedom. 11-8.
These parasites aren't going to take
And on
one
to
step
round
past
20 we go as Park up 3. Freedom trying to limit this gap even more. See what they can do on the defending side. They've been a little bit shaky with their clutch ability, but luckily for them, they've showed out in that round 19, so hopefully that trend continues for them.
Do you need water or anything? You're good?
Get out of my way.
And on to round 20 we go. See Mondo playing in mid-vent.
Blinded.
That's going to blind one member. Questions, though, with the Blade Storm out. Hound's going to be shot immediately, the Trailblazer. Cannot buy anything for Mondo. Park has it well scouted. Looking to go towards the B site. Copper Short Sword on the cam, watching. He's going to see a couple members. He's going to see some feet in the garage. Puts out the Cyber Cage. Meanwhile, throwing some projectiles of his own. Checking the cam again. Copper Short Sword is going to be suppressed. Copper Short Sword gets 1. Ratific shuts him down. Logic gets 1 of his own. 2v3 situation. Freedom on their heels once again. Akuna gets 1. It's a 1v2. Logic. Can he clutch up for Freedom? This is going to be the important factor here. For Freedom to have life, to try and come back in this game 1. This has been the story of this one. Park just being able to hold off Freedom from doing anything. Fake plant, or fake defuse goes out. 1v1 situation. Can Logic clutch up? It's going to look dicey. Oh, and he's not able to. 12 health against full health. That's never going to go well, especially in a high-octane situation. Park winning round 20, match point in map 1. Park can just taste this game 1 win. That's going to give them a bunch of confidence entering game 2 if they're able to close this one out. Not going to say it's going to happen because stranger things have happened in WIHSEA streams. So we shall see if Freedom can come back. And even if they can't, they will have another game for a cushion. But the pressure will be increased as they have to win that game in order to even think about reaching the championship for Division 2.
I know exactly where you are.
Paul is going to get Mondo. Radific playing in ramps alongside Renshiro. Radific transitioning over to tower. Make way over to B site. Copper short sword following them, trying to intercept them from the stairs. Oh, he pulls out the knife. Thinks he's playing CSGO, but he doesn't see the enemies.
Last player standing.
And Appalled claims Akuna's life. And Logic, the last remaining member, Radific planting. It's all but over, and Park taking game 1, flawless round. The confidence is accelerated to the maximum here. 0 to 60 in like 2 seconds there for Park to close that one out and have momentum entering game 2. But that is going to be the game 1 final here. Wow, incredible win for Park. And we will be on to game 2 shortly. So we will take a quick break and we will be back. Stay tuned. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, I have returned for game number 2 of Park versus Freedom. If you didn't catch map 1, Park won 13-7, I believe, against Freedom. And that map was on split. Park looking very dominant on the defending side and attacking sides, respectively, in that matchup. Freedom looked good as well, just a little bit shaky in the clutching department, but hopefully for them, they are able to rebound here and make this series a true best of 3. But the way things are going, Park has tremendous momentum heading into this game too. So if I'm Park, if I'm Coach Witt, I want to just ride this thing throughout the entire way. I do not want Freedom to get any advantage whatsoever. I want to keep the advantage on my side and keep that going. That's exactly what Coach Witt wants to do here. As Park is up 1 in the series, they want to get back to the finals, and they'll either play New Richmond, or no, that would be Division 1. They'll either play Seymour Thunder or the Fox Valley Foxes in the finals. I don't think Seymour and Fox Valley is underway yet because we're a little bit behind schedule, but you'll know that the Division 2 semifinal number 1 will be concluded by the time that one starts. So you will know, at least on the upper bracket, which team will be going to the finals. You'll just have to stick around a little bit to wait for the lower. We are waiting to see if everybody's good. Looks like Freedom will start on attack and Park will be on defense. So we'll make sure everybody's ready before we start this. If you're just tuning in, this is the Spring 2024. Alright, so Freedom will have some time, okay. Alright, so we'll give them a little bit. So, while I'm talking, this is the Spring 2024 WIHSEA Valorant Division. Just got word that Freedom is taking a bathroom break, so if I don't get interrupted again, this is the Spring 2024 WIHSEA Valorant and League of Legends semifinal stream. But this is specifically for the Valorant Division 2 semifinal. Should update that in the bottom right. Forgot to do that. So Division 2 semifinal, upper bracket, and it holds number 5 seed Freedom versus number 1 seed Park. You did not catch catch map number 1. Park won 13-7 over Freedom. 13-7. So we're just waiting for Freedom as they are on a bathroom break. But when we get them back, it'll be on bind for map 2, and it'll be pretty much do or die time for the Fighting Irish to come back and either tie up the series or fall to Park 2-0. So we'll see what ends up happening. Your fellow WIHSEA commentator Anderson Jr. is still here. What a day it's been here at Fox Valley High School. We had some tech delays that went on for a little bit too long, but we got them all fixed up and we are on the road here. Previously on this FVL Esports stream, we had Little Wolf taking on Walden in the Division 3 semifinal for the upper bracket. Little Wolf ended up shocking Walden, winning 2-1. As far as the actual map details go, we had Walden taking the first map on Sunset, and we had Little Wolf taking the second map on Ascent, and then going over to Bind, Little Wolf was able to gut it out from Walden. So Little Wolf looking very strong, poised to play in the Division 3 championship against HAPA. That'll be happening on the mainstream once the third place match between Walden and Beloit Turner conclude. I believe for a score update, Beloit Turner is up 1 in that series. So Walden just hanging on by a thread here, at least trying to get third place in this tournament. So I will be stepping away momentarily until we get Freedom back. So hang tight. We will be set for game number 3 or game 2 shortly. Oh, the decider map. So the decider map for Freedom versus Park will be Icebox, to answer your question. Map 2, which we are about to play, will be on Bind. I guess that break was minimized as it looks like Freedom is ready to go. See if Park is ready to go. Alrighty, we will be starting off map number 2 of Bind. Park leading the series 1-0 against Freedom. It is do or die time. See a Plaid lock in Cypher yet again. Renshiro staying on Sova. Mimau switching over to Reyna from KO. Radifix still picking Omen. We'll wait to see what questions selects for his agent. Mondo playing Sova. Copper Short Sword staying on Cypher. Hakuna playing as Raised. Logic switching from Brimstone to Gecko. And Nebi switches to Brimstone from Omen. It looks like the overlay should still be good, so no confusion there. Freedom will be on the red side as attacking, and Park will be on the teal side as defenders. So, round 1 is going to be underway shortly. And we'll see if Park can keep their momentum because, man, they looked brilliant early on in game 1 and also to close it out. Freedom is ultimately being conquered by the Panthers, and the Panthers are hungry and they're out for blood and they're out for a championship. We love that heart from Meemaw being crafted out with the knife. Glad I got that on the stream. All love for Park from me. All love for Freedom from me as well. I just want a great competitive series at the end of the day. I respect both of the schools to a tremendous amount. Plaid's going to be holding an angle in lamps. Smoked off though, gets one. Detects. Wingman running all over the place. Logic planting. Mondo's going to get a Plaid. Copper short sword is going to get Ratific. Immediately Park on their toes. Nebby gets Meemaw. Things are looking strong for Freedom thus far in this round 1. Questions. It's one with the Sheriff. Can't get another. His location is going to be revealed. Renshiro, though, going on to the defender side spawn. Questions. Stuck between a rock and a hard place. Cannot get anything going. Logic with the pick. Renchiro's location revealed, and that's just about does it for Freedom in this round 1. They get the win. This could be a possible tone setter later on in this game too. Freedom getting their first lead of this series for any of the games. They did not have a single lead at one point in game 1, so Freedom already changing the narrative as we just begin this game too.
Come on, little homies. Let's get it.
We'll see where Freedom likes to push. Meemaw playing A short. It's gonna get caught by the Spectre of Logic. Kuna's gonna get one. Ratific with the shotgun and gets another. Questions with the snipe.
Spike planted.
Not sure if he knows Mondo's there. Questions trying to quick scope, pulls out the pistol. Not able to win the gunfight. Mondo gets 2 of them. Ratific, the last remaining defender for the Panthers. Ratific does not get the kill. And now Park on the opposite end of what they accomplished in game 1 to start. Freedom is up 2 rounds. Park getting a little taste of their own medicine here. Gotta establish their dominant ways like they did in game 1. Consistency is key in these video games, regardless if it's Valorant, Smash Bros, Rocket League, all the above. Consistency is key. Being able to stay on schedule is the most important thing. When you're off schedule, the importance is to find your way back to it by any means necessary.
I dropped the spike.
See Meemaw having the judge. Might tell it to the judge in a second here. He gets one. I was gonna try to teleport away. He's not able to.
Spike down B.
Spike is gonna be down though. Huge for Park. Questions inside the container. Smoked off. No one knows he's there. Gets Mondo. Akuna comes from the back with the Bucky. And Park is going to finish out this round and get their first win in game 2. Successfully getting that after forcing Freedom to drop the spike. Being in an awkward position right by that container in B site is ultimately what won Park that round. And again, that's who Park is. They are an aggressive team that adapts to any situation. It's 2-1 for the moment. Freedom's gonna look. Oh my goodness! Already 2 for questions. Copper short sword limits his ability to do anything else. See a possible rotation from Freedom towards the A site. Waiting on communication from the team. Looks like no one is on B site currently for Park. Meanwhile, just sitting in short. Copper short sword gets Ratific. It's a 3v3 situation. Mondo is gonna push up from Cubby. Is he gonna see Appalled? I'm not sure if he is. Renshiro gets Copper short sword. Mondo with the Leer is gonna be seeked. Mimao gets Mondo. Nebi gets Renshiro. It's a 1v2 situation. Nebi, the last member alive for Freedom. He does not have the spike. That's the important thing for Park here. They just have to hold the spike.
Last player standing.
It's a 1v1. Nebi cuts it down, does not see Appalled in the corner. And Park ties it up at 2. Wow, just again, Park's ability to just adapt to any situation that time. Being wise, just hiding out in a corner. I know it's pretty corny to do something like that, but in this game, it's a strategic move and it works 90% of the time, I would say. And even then, Nebi did not have the spike, so there was no need to push up on Nebi whatsoever. So it was a great discipline from Park overall. Maybe getting the Sim Beacon out. Oh, he saw Mima at the last second. Wasn't able to do much. Ratific gets Copper Short Sword. Akuna. Mima gets Mima with the Stinger. Ratific is going to be blinded. Logic's going to be planting. Gets the spike down. Mondo. Sova on Sova crime. Sees Appalled. Not able to get him. Thrash is going to be activated. Over Appalled. It's going to get the location of both Logic and Akuna. Last player standing is Logic in a 1v2 situation for Freedom. Appalled. Gonna go for the defuse. Ratific gonna guard him. Ratific sees him. Oh, and Ratific gotta clutch it up for Park. After Logic got a kill with the mosh pit, but not enough. And Park winning another crucial round yet again. 3-2. Here we go with round number 6 of game 2. Let's see what other tricks Park has up their sleeve. Logic getting into an encounter with Ratific early here. It's going to teleport back wisely over to the B site. Doesn't want to take any more damage than he already has. Still has 100 HP, even with the shield. Oh my goodness, what? Questions with 2 right away. Might get another one. Just misses the shot. Logic playing in Bath. Appalled meeting him. Mondo in the same position gets flanked. Oh, and Cypher gets the 3K. Flawless round for Park, and now they're back to their round-winning ways, at least for now. They have the 2-round gap that they found comfortable in game 1. They have to ride this cushion. Ride the magic carpet, if you will, to the promised land. It's 4-2. Let's see if Freedom is able to regain their footing here. They're going to be stacked up quite a bit. Questions with that op has been absolutely amazing. But we have Showstopper online for Akuna. Oh my goodness, a quick scope from Questions. No wonder why this man is Immortal 1. Unbelievable. Logic and Nebi, the only ones left. Radific wallbangs Nebby.
Shot my wingman.
Logic's the only one left. Renshiro right behind the teleporter. Logic cannot hit his shots. Radific try to go for a little climbing expedition. Logic, oh, is gonna get gunned down by Meow. And that is how Park is gonna win round 7. All the momentum in their favor. Freedom just doesn't seem to have an answer for what the Panthers are doing defensively. Questions has definitely been the deciding factor for these defending rounds. This is individual talent with that op has guided the Panthers to multiple round wins. I mean, you talk about that last round, he got a collat pretty much. I mean, he's insane. Almost gets another pick. Of course, when I spectate him, he's gonna miss the shot. Oh, but he gets that one. Absolutely beautiful headshot. Spike is gonna be down as well. The judge from Meow allows for it. Meow gets another one with the judge. Kuna and Nebby are going to try to set up shop in A-site. The smoke's coming down. Kuna's just going to have to plant this one. Get maybe a pick? Maybe 2? Oh, it's not able to do it. Questions. Oh, and Meow finishes it off before Questions could even get the chance to do it. Little friendly BM at the end there, but nonetheless, Park winning yet another round. Wow, 6 unanswered up to this point. Few rounds away from the half, and if you're Park, man, you are looking oh so good here. It's easier said than done, but Park just has to stick to their game plan. Cannot let Fighting Irish get the upper hand. Questions immediately trying to go for another side. This man is absolutely insane with Jet. Get him on my Valorant fantasy team. Thank you very much. Oh my goodness, what? A 3K too quick with the Blade Storm. And that leads 2 members left of Freedom. Oh my goodness. I was not expecting to see this level of dominance from Questions. Should have known that since he's an Immortal 1. Silly me. Shame on me. Paul playing the A-Link. I'm just going to try to look for a possible quick scope. Not able to get it.
Spike down A.
Nebby's the last one. Apollo coming right up on him. Nebby gets the headshot and the spike. Radific and Renshiro are going to try to close in on Nebby's position. Nebby is going to go through short. No.
30 seconds
I like
left.
to turn the corner here. Radific's waiting for him. Oh, and Radific is going to win the 1v1 engagement. 7-2. Few more rounds away from the half, and if Park can get a 10-2 half, that is going to be huge. I mean, at this point, if you're Freedom, you just have to hope and pray that you have a game plan drawn up in quick succession. Because at this point, it really is do or die time. I mean, 7 unanswered rounds is crazy in and of itself. I mean, we've seen teams like Walden come back from 5-1 deficits, but I mean, this is a 7-2 deficit in the very mid to late stage of the game here, as it is 1st to 13, and Park's already up 1-0, as we know. So the pressure is definitely boiling. Freedom is going to need to turn the burners on the oven down before they get too flammable at this point. Copper Short Sword is going to get Ratific. That's going to cool them down just a little bit. Logic's going to rotate and pick up the spike before it's too late. Less than a minute remaining in this round. That's the thing about Valorant 2. These rounds go by quickly, so these teams do not have a lot of time to just meander around and try to decipher, hey, which bomb site are we going to go to? That's what the prep time is for. It's deciding where you want to push. And Freedom is electing to try and push A site. They're being blocked off quite well. They do not have the spike. Paul gets Nebby. Position is going to be revealed for Mondo. Emo is going to get him with the judge. Emo is going to get the leader. He's going to be blinded, not able to get the kill. Kuna all the way back in A lobby. Logic in the field of combat in A short. And time is running out here. Looks like Freedom is just going to give this one up. Questions! Gets sniped by Akuna. Wow. Nonetheless, still Park winning round 10 at the split. 8-2. Actually, there's a couple more rounds. It is round 10. My apologies. There's a couple more rounds and then we'll swap.
Be strong, woman.
Freedom has a couple more chances to get at least 1 or 2 round wins before the half. Make it at least an 8-4 half. That would be ideal for them. Renshiro gets Copper Short Sword. Maybe he's going to push up alone in A-Bath, trying to get a flank going his way. Maybe gets appalled. Akuna gets Ratific. It's a 3v2 in favor of Freedom. Maybe trying to slowly push in on Renshiro's location. Renshiro senses that someone's there. He does see the gun trail. The bullet trail. And Hunter's Fury is going to be activated. Nebby's going to be revealed. And he's going to have to rotate back. I'll push him again into A side. Akuna 3K with the op. And the last remaining member for Park is Renshiro.
30 seconds left.
Logic going to be planting in B site.
Spike's ticking. Thanks, little man.
Renshiro. Oh my goodness, Akuna Matata there. 4K. And that awards Freedom their first round win in quite a long time in this game too. 8-3. Last round before the swap. Like I said before, Freedom is able to push this to 8-4 in the half. That'll be ideal for them. Because they'll have the confidence to win more rounds after winning 2, but then again it's a role swap, so you don't really know how this is going to go for Freedom on the defending side, because on the attacking side for Park, they were very dominant in that game 1. Copper Short Sword going up B long. Question sitting near the B site. Might come into contact with Copper Short Sword, at least for the moment. Oh, he turns away, but he still gets the pick anyway. Wow. Question's playing a dangerous game. Paul gets 2 with the sniper, but somehow, some way, Freedom is able to get the spike planted. Kuna meandering around here. Trying to get a line of sight. Oh, he saw Questions. Just could not pull the trigger in time. Akuna with Showstopper. Doesn't know where he is though. Oh, he's not able to get anything. Thrash is being launched. He's gonna get shot down. Cypher gets Akuna. Logic the only one left. He has to guard this. Oh, it's gonna be hard to do. Wallbang. 2, 3. Logic. 4. Oh my goodness, what a clutch from Freedom. What? Unbelievable at the half. Freedom 8-4 split. What a clutch from Logic. The first major play we've seen from Freedom all game long, or all match long, I should say. What a clutch, putting the team on his back like he's Greg Jennings with a broken leg. My goodness. Now Park on the attacking side, Freedom on the defending side. Freedom is known for playing the long game with their semifinals matches. We saw last year how far they took Williams Bay. I mean, a quadruple overtime in one of the games, so anything is possible if you're the Fighting Irish, but they are still going to need to play some very clean Valorant if they want to come back in this game too. And if you're Park, you want to make sure they cannot come back. Questions gets Mondo. Multiple shadows are traveling according to Omen in the game. Ratific's going to be planting. It's a 5v3, 5v2. Park just swarming the bomb site. Nebby gets one. Can't get another. Copper short sword all the way over at B long. It's very fitting that he's at that location. He's going to have a long way to go in order to defuse this one. Questions looks away at the wrong time. 2 for Copper short. He's going to go around. Can he check the corner for possible 3K? Yes, he does. Freedom still has life. Go for the fake spike. Defuse. Oh my goodness, another clutch from Freedom. Can they get the spike? Oh, it's going to be close. I don't know if they're going to get it. No, they're not going to get it. Unfortunate for Freedom. Another clutch, but that was unfortunately wasted. Hats off to Copper Short Sword and Logic these last 2 rounds for Freedom. They've been going off in the clutch department. They have shut me up for sure. But Park is still up 5 rounds, and they're 4 away from advancing to their 2nd straight division championship. Obviously for a different division, but 2nd straight division championship is still mightily admirable for a team in Park who did not really gain much traction in the esports scene for titles such as Rocket League and Smash Bros. In the last couple of years, but for Valorant, they have been top-notch. One of the best teams all around in whichever division they represent. Questions is going to get Logic. It's a 5v4 situation. Ratific planting. None of the members of Freedom, they are bamboozled. As much as me when I go against a Mirage and Apex Legends, oh my goodness, Questions going off. Flawless 4K for Questions. Wow. That's a 10-4 score. Park just needing 3 more. Freedom needs a whole bunch of help. They need a whopping 9 rounds to try and come back and win this. Even with the player losses that Park has obtained, as well as Freedom, because Freedom's lineup is completely new except for Nebby. These teams have been doing fantastic work all around. Obviously, the score in Game 2 isn't going to justify that statement from myself, but as far as me from a commentator's perspective, every one of these players has done great things in their own way. Mimao gets Logic, Akuna, Copper Short Sword on the board, and now all of a sudden, Freedom heating up Akuna. Especially a 4K again for him. He's finally back on the board, and Freedom not going away just yet as they win round 15. We're going up to round 16 shortly. Alright, we're on to round number 16. And away we go here. Akuna sees questions. Can he answer them, though? That'll be the deciding factor. Maybe playing an A-Link. He's going to come into contact with Renshiro. He's not able to get him, but he does take out questions. Freedom's a little bit pinned on the defending side here in a 3v4 situation. A rotation to A site is imminent for Park. Kuna's going to try to meet him there. Cyber Cage is set up. Flank from around. Mimao's going to miss the shots. Ratific thought he was going to get wall banged. Ratific is going to be able to get the plant off. Logic playing in tower. Akuna in the A site, not checking his flank. Could be detrimental. The Omen smoke. The boom bot coming out. Logic gets Renshiro. Ratific, the only member left. Oh! Gets one. It's a 1v1 situation. Logic, the wingman, defusing. Not able to get the wingman. Oh, is Freedom gonna hold him out long enough? Oh, and they do! What? Freedom getting the win by the wingman of Gecko. Unbelievable. Freedom pulling out all the stops here. They're getting very creative with their ways of defending the spike, and I absolutely love it. I love nothing more than what Freedom is doing right now, keeping this as competitive as possible. Unbelievable. I haven't seen a team this crafty in quite some time. They've come a long way from the infamous Goops incident last year with the spike being down and getting into a swarm grenade from the Killjoy. But Freedom has done some creative things. Speaking of creative, we have questions with the Blade Storm. He's already gotten one with it. He'll get two. Ratific with the plant.
Spike planted.
Thrash is there. Gonna miss the mark. But questions call him Carmelo Hayes because he doesn't miss. Nothing but net in his vicinity. Oh, it's a 4K. He's gonna get an ace potentially. Yes, he does. And Park wins round 17. Forget the Carmelo Hayes line. Call him John Cena. Is a bad, bad man. What can I say? Our second ace on the stream. Oh my goodness. First. Wow. First it was Sheeb from the side of Little Wolf, and now questions on the side of Park. 11-6 Park, needing 2 round wins in order to advance to the Division 2 championship to take on either Seymour or Fox Valley. We'll find that out later on this afternoon. Questions with 1. Same with the Bandle. Nebby playing in the cubby position. Waiting for questions. Gets him with the Sheriff. Nice one tap.
Smoke's down.
Going into the A site. Spike is going to be planted. Ratific might be wise to potentially teleport here. And he does. Mima's going to get Nebby. The Reckoning is online for the moment, at least for Mimao, but he gets gunned. Last remaining member for Freedom is Akuna. Let's see where Akuna is going to line up his shots here. Not able to do much. And Paul gets the easy pick. 12-6. Park 1 round away from winning this matchup. And if you're Freedom, all chips have to be on the table. You have to put your best rounds forward here. You need at least 6 to tie it up for overtime. Like I've said before, stranger things have happened on these streams, but the way Park's playing, I don't know if they're going to allow that to happen. Sure, they'll let maybe a round or 2 go in favor of Freedom to maybe get their confidence up just a smidge, but Park so far has just been absolutely dominant. And that's your Exhibit A right there, at least for this round. It's questions. Nice counter there. Wins the draw. Ratific going to be planting immediately. Nebby is going to be in Bath. Orbital Strike coming down. Nebby gets 2. Doesn't check his flank. Repelled. Logic. Mondo are left on the board. Cypher on Cypher. Crime. Oh, Mondo. There's down 2v2. 2v1. Meow. 150 HP. Not able to close it out just yet for Park. And Freedom lives to fight another day.
Is it off? It's off. We do what we do. Get back to chilling.
$12 to 7 here. 5-round gap. It is possible for Freedom to come back in this one. They are the Fighting Irish after all. They just cannot let Park rush to the sites right away. That's the biggest issue that we're seeing from Freedom, at least on the defensive side. The attacking side, they were going against that feat. Kuna with a quick snipe on the questions. That's going to be a huge pick. But again,
I know exactly where you are.
Paul launching Cypher's ability here.
Nowhere to run.
Being able to spot out some enemies. The Hunter's Fury being activated from Renshiro amidst to nothing there. It's a 4v3 situation in favor of Freedom. Park is still able to get the plant down. 2v4 situation. Nebby finds Renshiro. It's a 1v3 situation. Oh, and Nebby a 3k, and Freedom is still not done. They will not go away. And they're within 4. Nebby's going to pass it off to one of his other teammates to defuse. Oh, no, Nebby's just going to take it for himself. And there we go. Freedom finding a way to come back. Just one of the most creative Valorant teams I've ever seen. When you think they're down big, they just find a way to tighten the gap even more than people expect. And you can see that with the craftiness of some of their players, such as Logic and Akuna, who have had multiple clutch moments in this game. I mean, it's pretty even on the board, mostly for Freedom as far as kills go. And for Park, questions obviously dominating this in the KDA department, but as far as right now, Freedom has great econ, and Park's econ slowly deteriorating, so they need to close this one out before they don't have any econ whatsoever. If they keep losing rounds, they're not going to be able to obtain as much credits as they would like in order to get the weapons that they prefer. He's going to come out. Oh, Copper Short Sword's going to get Meow. Copper Short Sword shooting at John Cena, perhaps. Not sure where he was shooting that, but the Cyber Cage was there to protect him. Renshiro, oh my goodness, gets a shock arrow kill. It's a 4v4 situation. Logic in window, he's going to have to push back just a little bit. He knows that Park is right on his doorstep. Orbital Strike coming down from Nebby. It's a 3v3. Logic reclaims his Dizzy. Ratific teleporting over to A site, planting. This could be the do or die scenario for Freedom. Park just has to hold their angles. Showstopper online. Could be detrimental for Park. Kuna cannot land the shots. Ratific finds one. 2v2 situation. 2v1.
Last player standing.
It's a 1v1 situation. Mondo and Appalled. Mondo gonna try to defuse. Not over just yet. The timer's gonna run out. And that is how Park is going to win the series 2-0, heading into their second straight division final. Park wins 2-0. Hats off to both teams, Park and Freedom, for an absolutely incredible best of 3 series. That was definitely one of the better Valorant matches I've casted in my career. Glad I could actually have the availability to cast Freedom and Park. 13-8 is the final score for map 2, and that will be it as far as Division 2 Semifinal 1. I believe our next matchup that will be on here will be Seymour versus Foxville, unless that's already been played, but we will let you know.